Welcome to Blizzard World. Ready for battle.
What did you say? I have no idea what it means. Let's see. Getaway star. Look at that. Boom. Support VoD. Yeah, we can get predictions up. Oshu, do you still remember how to do it? Of all the things, why would they even ban for that? I don't know. Not Mercy? Who the fuck cares, man? The dude redeemed 100,000 Kek coins worth of a VoD review. Whatever the fuck he wants to play, he wants to play it. I'm fucking done with naysayers, dog. Stop it. Fucking stop it! I'm gonna rage! Hold on. Okay, Getaway Star, as always, you cannot predict on the poll for multiple reasons, right? By giving me your VoD review like this, you cannot vote, okay? Because then we're gonna have to refund it, because obviously you know. Also, Lunar Guardian, thank you so much for the 30 fucking subs that you gifted, dude. You did not have to do that. I appreciate you. Chat, can we get some colon 3s in the chat from my man, Lunar Guardian? Literally comes back, drops a fucking bomb on us. Just like that, dude. Can we please get some colon 3s in the chat? This man is absolutely fucking nuts. I appreciate him with all my heart. Thank you so much, man. Even as a joke, dude, I really do appreciate it. Absolutely mental. Thank you. Everyone in chat appreciates you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like, for the bottom of my heart, dude. You're fucking cracked, dude. I appreciate you. Anyways, chat. You guys, so for those who are just joining us, someone just redeemed a VoD review, and basically that's 100k points, right? Channel points. And how this works is, I'm not going to reveal what the rank is. Instead, we're going to be watching, and I'm going to be criticizing Getaway Star. I'm going to be criticizing him, basically coaching him, making him a better player. And throughout the game, you guys are going to have to figure out and gather clues, whether you want to look at him or his teammates or the enemy team on what kind of rank they're in. And then you put your points on the prediction thing, and then you hope your fucking best that you hit it. I can say this for certain, the past 2 VoD reviews we've done today, or the 3, chat's been right every single time. The majority points were spent on the right rank, so maybe they'll get it right this time too. But yeah, I'm not going to be revealing anything. You guys are going to have to try and figure out yourself what rank this is. So, good luck.
You better keep up. This isn't a daycare.
Kids can surprise you.
Then I better not be disappointed.
Kids also disappoint you.
Lunar Guardian, thanks so much again, man. I really appreciate it. You're fucking cracked. Thank you. Seriously.
Been a while.
What skin is this?
The delta M of a given ray Q.
Chat, what skin is this? Where's this from?
The formula escapes me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Aluminum 5. Okay. Alright, let's pay attention. I'm gonna be looking at your positioning, Getaway. That's what I'm gonna be looking at. Positioning and how you rotate healing versus damage. Yep. Ashe does have more burst. Okay. Good avoidance, good positioning. Okay. Fair enough. No complaints there. Well played. Huh. Lunar, I appreciate you, man. It's good to have you back.
I'm on capture. Escort the taking in. Supply damage increase.
Also, chat, I might say things during the gameplay to throw you guys off and make it seem like it's a different rank from what it is. So, yeah, I'm actually only here to fuck you over and make sure that you guys lose as much points as possible. I just want to point that out. Right. It's good. Jumping away.
Actuating the barrier. The barrier.
Nice, jumping up on high ground, avoiding the tracer. Actually good to get up high ground. Nicole is looking at you. Now that is a fatty shatty. Nice. Jesus fucking Christ. Good avoiding. It's good. You're good at avoiding damage. I like that. We could go for the rest here, but I would rather not. Yeah, they're okay. PP Mercy! She's doing it! Almost. I like what you try to do. It didn't pay off, but I saw what you were trying to do. Good movement. Pinging the tracer. Good. Fucking hell, man. Okay. The fuck am I supposed to coach here? You're playing pretty fucking well right now. I mean, I guess it goes without saying that, like, I mean, what we can point out is that it doesn't always have to be negatives. It can sometimes be positives. You know, sometimes you might be making a really good play, you just don't know it. For now, you're doing a really good job at avoiding damage. Whenever the tracer comes in from the side, you're listening to her blinks, you go up on high ground, you get shot, you move from high ground. I think you're doing it pretty well. On top of that, you're also focusing the damage mostly to your Ashe, more so than your soldier, which is completely fine as well. Sometimes, I guess, and this is very nitpicky, if your Ashe already has ultimate, it is good sometimes to just kind of boost a character in your team that just doesn't have it so they can get it faster. That sometimes is things that people don't really think about. On top of that, I kind of did, at first, I thought that you were valking just for the sake of like getting your team out and trying to get a rest off the Sigma. But it looked like you valked because you wanted to kill the tracer. Unfortunately, you didn't get the tracer, but that's all good. Your positioning is pretty well, and I like the fact that you're pinging the flanks as well. Not a lot of Mercy players do that, so I feel like that's pretty good as well. I don't know, so far it looks pretty fucking solid. I don't really have any critique, more so than just enforcing the fact that you're playing this pretty well thus far.
Continuing damage increase.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Over there.
There they are. Get ready. Time to
What?
Well,
is that melody?
your Kiriko actually didn't Susu you there. She could have, but she didn't. This is a good sticky bomb from Tracer though.
Burning brighter than a supernova!
has reached the checkpoint.
You want the payload anyways, you want the points.
We have the understanding.
No Zuzu? Yeah, you didn't get Zuzu. This are good. This Kiriko just doesn't have enough Sasa, you know? No Zuzu, no Zaza.
Hey, catch.
Speaking of Zaza, that's my favorite Disney movie. I fucking love The Jungle Book.
Maintaining damage boost.
A threat emerges.
Let me. She's gonna blow. Bomb ready. Applying damage increase.
Stay up here.
Help me move.
Yeah.
Visor activated.
Nice alternating. Oh, good avoiding, good dodging. We haven't really been in a position to get off a decent rest just yet, but I think that's just the way your team is dying right now. Don't Valk. Don't Valk just yet. Yeah, it's really good alternating between the damage boost and the healing. Ah! Yeah, your Kiriko isn't really giving a shit about you, huh? your Kiriko just does not give a shit.
My skills are still needed.
Yeah, it was really good. He alternated the damage boost for the dynamite, which is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Thanks.
It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference.
Be uplifted. On my way. I'm with you.
Heroes never die.
Okay. Engaging with it, that's all fine.
Enemy over here.
Avoiding damage, playing high ground. Are you able to keep... You're actually keeping them alive too. Nice. Nice. Stay high ground.
Let the kitsune
Boom. Honestly, I think that you play that pretty well. That I have no quarrel with that play.
Another day, another battlefield.
Val kills Nutty. Yeah. Okay, we're playing Baptiste. Good, jumping up for the big AoE heal. Not bad.
Get in there, Bob.
Stay near the immortality field. Get in the immortality field.
Don't think that you needed to use a lamp there. One of the few reasons why, I know why you did it, right? I know that you put the lamp down because you heard the high noon, sound cube, yada yada, whatnot. But I want to point out that using the lamp here, I can tell you this for certain. If you're playing at a higher rank, and I see the lamp go out that prematurely, I shoot that motherfucker down, and I call for a push immediately, right? I do think that in this particular case, just around this block right here, you don't necessarily need to, right? Instead, what I think that you should do in this case is play a little bit more reactionary, right? I understand the thought process behind this play, and I know that you did it because you weren't really sure, but if you're listening to where the high noon is, you can tell kind of where it's coming from, and he's not going to be able to bend the bullets, right? He's not playing on the right side here, he's not playing on the left side high ground, he doesn't really have a line of sight, and since the enemy Ryan used his ultimate already, you know that there's no shatter coming. So instead of this particular case, I can tell you for certain, using lamp that prematurely and that early is going to get you punished once you start climbing to a higher rank, right? So instead, I would rather you play by ear and play a little bit more reactionary when it comes to a lamp. I understand why you did it, but since you played so well thus far, I'm criticizing you at a more minuscule level because I see that you're a pretty good player and I know that you can handle it. Oh. Need to be a little bit careful there. We knew that Hanzo was playing left side. We knew that the Hanzo got a kill on your Ashe. So you jumped up into his sight line. Need to be a little bit careful about that. Pay attention to where they are. You weren't really paying attention to where the Hanzo was.
Seconds remaining.
Stop goofing off and move that payload.
Okay, the Hanzo is still in the same location. Gotta watch out for the Hanzo. Do not ever use the shift in this particular case here, right? There's no need. If anything, you want to try and get as many people in it as possible. Never use it as a case to sort of like solo heal unless it's like super critical. The strongest kit that Baptiste has is the fact that he can shift and then right click. That burst healing is insane, right? So you kind of want to use it as a means to kind of keep yourself alive because you don't have any other way to heal you, right? You can heal the soldier with your right click, but you can't heal yourself with it, right? So I think in this particular case for this last push, considering we're about to, we have ult, right? We can set it up properly. And then the fact that it's probably going to be the last fight, there is no room for errors like these, right? So I feel like in the future, if this is the case, same scenario, try and save your shift as much as possible, but use your right click on any other object, or sorry, any other teammate if you can. Okay, you got the lamp out, pretty good. Good reaction. Not entirely sure. You put the ultimate out here. I know what you wanted to do right there, but you could have done a ton more damage. When you locked on the left side, your Reaper died. That's his own fault. He's out of position, right? If anything, never leave this place right here. Not only do you have the soldier with you, you have a soldier heal, you had shift available to you. Never ever go on the left here because they have a mercy, they have a coal. All it takes is 2 shots and you're dead. You've already used your lamp, right? If you want to harass and poke, you can ult, jump higher, heal over the wall, and do some damage if you have to, but never ever leave your ultimate. Always play next to your ultimate, always play next to your soldier if you can to. Baptiste is really fucking strong once he's paired up with someone in his team. Going on a solo adventure like this, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. If your Reaper gets punished because he has shitty fucking game sense, so be it, right? But never ever leave this location right here, because you're super safe here. Going on the left here, you're risking of dying, right? And if you have your ultimate right here, I'd rather you play over this edge, play with a soldier, try and do damage here instead, right? So don't go over here, stay with your ultimate.
Protecting.
I mean, point proven.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
I only moved away because my eyes weren't seeing orbs.
Initiating match.
Chat, by the way, let me know if there's ads, okay? You gotta let me know so I can pause it. Did anyone hear what song that was? Did anyone hear that? Did anyone actually hear what song that was? Is it Blade? Yeah, it was. It was Blade, Sonny. Good ear.
You better keep up. This isn't a daycare.
Kids can surprise you.
Then I better not be disappointed.
Wait, chat, you
Kids
could...
also
Wait, hold
disappoint
on.
you.
You couldn't tell? Wait, hold on. Listen. You literally couldn't tell that this was that? Maybe you do now. It's a classic, dude.
I've got a few tricks.
Do you need a hug? No. 5, 4,
I'll try
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Pause.
On your toes and ready to go.
Okay, so we have Echo, Soldier, they have Fair Mercy. Okay. I'm gonna be looking at your positioning right now because you need to be real fucking careful. Your soldier should be leaving high ground. Yep. I don't know. Oh. And your Echo's dead. Oh, hold on. I gotta sneeze. Okay, much better. Sorry. Okay, nice lamb. I mean, you're gonna lose this fight. Saved Kiriko? She's got fucking crushed. I don't know, it's kind of funny. Saved Kiriko. Good healing. Your DPS literally has zero business being alive right now, but you're somehow making it, so good healing. That's a people happy clap right there, dude. Good positioning, good healing. I'm surprised that your DPS stayed alive. People happy clap, chat. That's what I would say.
Over there.
My ultimate is surge ready.
Again, there's no need to shift here, right? Again, the reason why I'm pointing this out to you, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because right now it's working, right? It is. But there are things like this where a player like me, I'd be looking out for all the fucking time, right? If I know that the enemy BAP has used to shift prematurely like this, you be damn fucking right, I am pushing you. You know? I am 100% pushing you. You want to keep your shift more often than not, right? I feel like using this early like this, I understand why you're doing it, but if you're taking damage, then that's a sign that your positioning is slightly off. Does that make sense? Like, if you're taking enough, like, poke and damage to the point where you feel the need to use it, you're already in a bad position. So, you shouldn't have to do this. The reason why I'm pointing it out to you is that instead of, like, thinking, oh, I should use my shift now, if you're taking that kind of damage, you're in the wrong position to begin with, right? The way you should look at lamp and okay, let's make it a little bit easier to understand for everyone. The way you should look at your shift and lamp on Baptiste is kind of like how you look at sleep dart and nade on Anna. You understand? If you feel the need to nade yourself prematurely before the fight even starts, you already know that you're out of position, right? So I understand that you're panicking and you're using it, but if it happens like this, and which it has a couple times now, you're already in a bad position to begin with. So try and keep that in mind, that we don't really want to take this kind of poke, right? We'd rather play it safe. Because you don't really have to stand up there. You don't have to make it known that you're standing up there. Because all it takes is that a decent hitscan player decides to go Widow and you're fucking dead, right? And you're punished. And now they win the fight. So try and keep that in mind a little bit. We don't really want to use shift like this. So I'm going hard on you because I know that you can take it, and I know that you're a good enough player to understand what I'm saying, right? Like, you're already playing exceptionally well this match, so I'm really nitpicky, right? So don't take it the wrong way. It's just small things that all add up. Okay.
Over here.
Lars, generally speaking, you should never do that. It's a death sentence. I mean, so far, it's been exceptionally well to see, you know, a low GM match like this. It's incredible, you know? I'm having a lot of fun. Lamp. Nice lamp. Nice lamp. Beautiful lamp. Good ult usage. Like, so this is exceptional. You played this perfectly. Literally played this perfectly. You could not have played this better. They literally have 4 ultimates. You probably didn't know that, but they have 4 ultimates. They used their shatter. You left a window for a soldier, gave him a heal, jumped down, saw the Rhine, dropped lamp, saved your Orisa, saved yourself. Beautiful play. I don't have any quarrels with this.
Targets eliminated.
Absolutely beautiful Grandmaster play.
Now you see me, now you don't.
60 seconds remaining.
What's up?
Over here. You are completely healed.
Enemy here. Over there. Got one here.
Get in here.
On the move.
Good. Keep your Orisa alive.
We're almost there. Keep it together.
Oh my god, dude. Whoa! Funny. If you actually stayed on high ground there, you trusted your ability to stay alive against the Pharaoh ult, you actually would have survived this, and I think the scenario would have been a lot different, right? You staying alive with your Kiriko dying probably is the deal breaker if you actually hold in this point. I understand why you jumped down, right? Fucking Pharaoh ult. I mean, hindsight 2020. But it's kind of funny how I say that you should go down from high ground there and kind of like play it a little bit more safe. All of this could have been avoided, technically speaking, if you played around this angle instead, right? If you play here, you kind of accomplish the same thing that you wanted to do. But this is kind of what I talked around before, is that eventually it's going to come a point where the enemy team has 5 ultimates and you're just going to have to fucking pray to God that it works, right? So in hindsight, what you can do as a knowledgeable player, and you know, kind of like you have a good idea how to track enemy ults. When you know that the enemy team is coming in like this, and you know that there's like 10-15 seconds left on the clock, you know they're gonna do everything that they can to get the point, right? So you know ultimates are coming in full force. The best way to play around this is honestly taking an ultra defense position and kind of like see from afar what's going on, right? You staying alive here is probably what's going to win you the fight, but unfortunately, we kind of played a little bit up there. The Pharaoh decided to go in, ulted, brought you down to 50%, 50 HP. We kind of got, you know, poked down a little bit. Both you and your character just died, right? So we don't really know, you know, you kind of get what I'm saying, right? It's easier to sort of like know that, okay, last fight is coming, time to play slightly more defensive, right? If your DPS wants to play aggressive and be fucking dumbasses, okay, fair enough. But just because your teammate makes a bad play doesn't mean that you have to follow up and make a bad play with him. Chat, does that make sense? I feel like that's one of the most educational things I've ever said. Just because your teammate makes a bad play doesn't mean that you have to follow through and do the same thing. So we could have played this slightly more defensive, and we probably would have stayed alive, but unfortunately, we got caught, and they're gonna get the point.
10 seconds remaining.
It's
Overtime.
But it's okay. It's okay. This happens in Masters rank all the time. You know? That's why we're doing VoD reviewing, right?
Objective lost.
Because we're trying to get you to GM, right? But you're almost there, so we're working on it.
Enemy target located. On the move. Keyword here.
The name's Cassie.
Okay, good alternating between the damage a little bit. I like to see slightly more damage from you, though. Ay, 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 cabron. Heh. Common diamond mistake, am I right?
Don't worry.
Honestly, I want to point that out, right? Because obviously in the actual message that you sent to one of my mods is that you feel like, you know, your Mercy does well, but you feel like you kind of fall short on other heroes. I'm gonna say it, right? Pharah Mercy is very strong, and you're not gonna get a lot of value out of a Baptiste against that comp to begin with. That might be one of the few reasons to why you're feeling a certain way. If you really want to have more pressure against the Pharah Mercy, Ana is a great pick, right? One of the few things I want to bring up is that when you're playing against a comp like Pharah Mercy, what you need to do as a Baptiste player is that you need to find cover, and you need to play, it's kind of like you need to play behind your DPS, but not too far away, right? Because you don't want to have too much travel time when you're healing. The reason why you feel like you're not getting a lot of value is because it seems to me like you're kind of playing Baptiste the way you're playing Mercy, but it couldn't be further away from the playstyle, right? You either play aggressive with Baptiste, right? Or you play super defensive. There's no in between, right? Because if you play in between, you're just going to get chipped down. You have a 14-second cooldown on your self-heal. So with that in mind, is that if you get fucking directed by the Pharah, you use your shift, she goes away, you DPS her a little bit, she comes back and directs you again, you're going to have to rely on Kiriko healing you, and, you know, that can go both ways. So the reason why you feel like you're not getting a lot of value with Baptiste is because you're not really aggressive, but you're not really playing defensively either. Does that make sense? Like, once you've used your healing on your team, you don't have to be with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to play in the middle of your team. Once that shift is out, you can play further to the left or play further to the right. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to point it out that the reason why you're feeling like you're not getting a lot of value is because it feels to me like you're playing a Baptiste kind of like you would play Mercy. So hopefully that makes sense. There's no in between. Chat, get your pen and papers out. This is incredible information. $69 points to Gryffindor.
Thanks.
Will there be an exam on this? Yes, there will be. Nice dodge. Very nice dodge. You can shift up and rest him. Oh, you're trying. I see you're trying.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. I mean, points lost, but it was a nice attempt. You kind of tried what I wanted you to do.
My ultimate is almost ready.
There will absolutely be an exam on this.
Medical technology
The
is
exam will
truly
be tomorrow
extraordinary.
at 12 p.m. PST, and you have to have at least 9 out of 10 answers correct. Otherwise, capital punishment is permaban or death. So you better have pen and papers out. Or you can use bribe the teacher with a gifted sub like QNote. QNote, your excuse, you don't have to come in tomorrow. You're good. I gave you an A+. Oh, there's an ad? There's an ad? Okay, okay. We're waiting. Chat, we're waiting. No panic. Oh, I did, Lunar Guardian. They're fucking ace. Alright, ads are over. Let's go. What happened and why I started doggy dancing on my screen. So, when ads happen on the channel, I can't control them, right? They happen randomly. So, when ads happen during educational content, I like to wait for the non-subs because not everyone can afford a sub. Not everyone has the money to sub, right? So, I feel like it's mostly respectful to just take a little small break, play some good bangers, put a dog on the screen, and then we can wait for the non-subs ads to get over, right? Because the reality of the situation is educational content should be for everyone, right? Not just a select few. So, I don't want anyone, not even the non-subs, to miss any form of feedback that comes along the way. You know what I'm saying? So I want everyone to listen and hear. Alright, let's go back. Ads are over. Boom. That music slapped though? Oh, fucking hell yeah, it did. Alright, let's go back. Also, what the Cole? You good? You good, bro? You doing good? The fuck? You good? I see you. Little eyeball sticking out. He trying to do something. Little gay clap. All right, let's go back. It's good healing. No, don't valve. Maybe. I don't know. Oh my god, it is. Okay, fair enough. It worked out. Whatever. Okay, I take back what I said. A little bit of a risky valk, but it paid off. So, yeah, good on you, buddy. And good alternating between the healing and the damage boost. Again, people happy clap. That's all I have to say, dude. Straight up people happy clap, dude. Popping off. Remember when I hit Diamond by stop playing Genji? I hit Masters this morning. My fucking man, dude. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Genji. One of us. Okay, your Roadhog's doing pretty well. Good dodging. Oh, if you get that rest off, you're a fucking legend.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh.
At your side.
One thing I can point out, and I'm not sure if you're trusting your character enough to do this, but if you're playing with voice comms and you have a character on your team, you can always double check if they have Zuzu. And what you can do is that you can essentially rest the Roadhog, right? And you can ask for the Zuzu, basically guaranteeing that you will get the rest off your hog. That is something that you can do. It's a little bit tricky, requires a little bit of coordination, and it requires a lot of trust, right? I'm not sure you use voice chat, but it is something to think about. One thing that I haven't seen from you much, if any at all, I don't think you've got a single rest off this entire game. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not entirely sure. And that's one of the strongest things, is finding like avenues to rest your teammates. I've had anxiety. I'm a girl, so I don't play with comps. Completely fair then. Completely understandable. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Being a girl playing this game, the moment you open voice chat, bruh, all I'm saying, dude, if you're a woman playing this game and you use voice chat, fucking Giga girl, dude. Sorry that you guys have to go through this fucking shit, but completely understandable. Completely understandable. All right, retract what I said. But that being said, sometimes going for the rest there, being a little bit sneaky and trying to get the tank up in that situation can actually make or break the fight, right? So if you trust your Kiriko, you can sometimes go for it in hopes that she might susu you. It's not a guarantee, but when it goes off, it's kind of a disgusting combo, right? So just want to point that out, that the one thing that isn't really happening that much is that we actually haven't really got a rest off. But to your defense, there hasn't really been any big openings for you to kind of sneak around and get a rest off. But for what it's worth, you're playing really well. But yeah, if you can isolate maybe a rest or two, you'd be surprised. Honestly, you'd be very surprised. But I understand why you don't do it.
Step rider.
10 seconds remaining.
My skills are still needed.
Overtime.
Ooh. Good attempt. Good attempt.
Team kill. Round 2. Complete. Score. 3
I mean,
to 3.
chat, the reality of the situation is I absolutely fucking understand, dude. Like, me just playing the game, like,
Initiating
like, I've heard it myself, dude. The moment, like, there's a woman on your team, a girl, whatever, right, and they speak, like, the tone instantly changes and everyone else's voice calms and all of a sudden they become condescending. Like, it's actually disgusting. Being a woman playing this game, bro, I have the utmost respect for y'all. You have no idea. You have no idea how much respect I have for you guys. Jesus fucking Christ.
Right behind you.
Do you think she had enough time to ult and yo you back and forth there?
My heart is strong.
Um,
and my javelin is sharp.
yes, but it wouldn't have mattered. They had ult economy.
I've learned a lot from my experiences.
I don't think it would have mattered.
You call?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. She could have, but at the end of the day,
Hello.
no, not really. They had Kiriko ult up as well. She was gonna be fucking mincemeat.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
You know what, chat? You know what? Maybe I should become a Mercy main.
Objective A.
I have the pink Mercy skin. 10% more healing, baby. Yes, sir.
Let me tend to that. Right by you.
Whoa! A lot of damage here. Okay, move back a little bit.
Let me see what I can do.
30 seconds.
Good alternating again.
Thanks. Put it on my tab.
Gonna point out one thing that I'm seeing, right? One thing. You do tunnel vision a little bit. It would do you a lot of good in this scenario right here. Like, you kind of like, you know, you're kind of focusing back and forth like this. I don't mind that at all, but it doesn't hurt looking up every once in a while, right? The reason why is because it just kind of gives you an idea where the Pharaoh is in contrast to where you are, right? Which is good because it gives you an opportunity to sort of see whether she's looking at you or not. And sometimes you'd be surprised, dude. You looking up and seeing that she's kind of like laser focusing on you gives you an opportunity to dodge her shit, right? Because one of the few things that I enjoy the most, if I play any type of DPS, if the Mercy is not paying attention to what I'm doing, I fucking love it, man. And then all of a sudden, boom, dead. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't hurt. I think you're playing really well. I think you're playing really well, but I kind of just want to point that out real quick, yeah? So you know, for future, just look up every once in a while, take a look at where she is, and kind of move accordingly, right? But so far, so good. It's looking pretty sharp. Alright, chat. You see you guys paid attention. What did I just tell her to do?
3.
What did I tell her to
Switching
do more?
sides.
Respond with an emote. See if you guys are paying attention, motherfuckers.
Initiating match.
Is that guy pissing his pants? I'm not sure you were following what I was saying, Cozy. Everyone else is doing look up and you're doing pee-pees. Are you okay? I feel like you weren't listening.
Right behind you.
Every battle makes me stronger.
Please remember there is a limit of one
Tunnel snakes rule.
at any time. Keep our streets clear.
If we do this right, they won't even know what happened.
Wait, hold the fuck on. What is that emote? What is that emote? Is that on my channel? What is this thing? What the actual fuck is that? That has to be the most cursed piece of shit emote I have ever seen. What is that? Snake Cage. That is not okay. That is not okay. We have to remove that. We have to remove that. Remember, after this game, I have to remove that emote. That is not okay.
Be uplifted.
Thanks, Doc.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Pummel them like the rain.
Here to assist.
60 seconds.
Supply damage increase.
Okay. Doomfist being a little bit overzealous. It's not like you can help him there.
Angel at your shoulder.
Turret destroyed.
Let me see what I can do.
Okay, he goes Winston. It's better.
Boosting your damage. Damn it.
Is your Sombra gonna be able to build an EMP in time? She's not.
Seconds remaining.
Okay, your Cole got a kill. Good. Ay, 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 cabron. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. The balls on you. Holy shit. Touching the point for overtime. Excellent play. Wrestling the Cole. Phenomenal. Damage boosting the high noon. Okay. Trying to stop the rest. Okay. Ah, man. Listen, I know the outcome of this, right? I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Getaway. I'm gonna be honest with you. You played that perfectly. You actually played that perfectly. The offset, the only tip I can give you, and this is extremely situational, right? I'm speaking from own experience, right? The only thing that I could possibly tell you that you could have done slightly better is your Guardian Angel up to high ground right here. The only reason why we do this is because we want to take the attention away from the DPS, right? The only thing that I think that really high tier mercies do differently from what you do is that they will Guardian Angel up to a location for the whole purpose of taking away attention from the DPS, right? You played that perfectly. You played that fine. The rest, the Valk, the touch, everything was good. But the one thing that really good Mercer players will do is that they will Guardian Angel up to high ground in completely position like this, and the only reason they're doing it is to take away attention from the DPS, right? That is the only thing that I literally could have told you to do differently. And again, that is extremely situational. Like, we're talking really high tier plays from a Mercy player, right? Other than that, I feel like you played that fine. We talked about the Briggs situation. We talked about the Baptiste situation. I think you understood kind of what I was going with there. The only thing that I feel like we're not really utilizing that much is the res on Mercy, right? And I think that, I mean, for good reason. You don't trust your Kiriko. I wouldn't fucking trust your Kiriko either, considering how many times that you're close to dying and she literally never turns around to heal you. So I understand why you don't trust her. Don't worry. I see the problem. I don't think that you had any hand in why this went wrong. I think more so that your Kiriko really didn't really heal that much. It felt like she was trying to go for more damage. You absolutely have what it takes to move up, right? You do. The one thing, if I could give you some feedback, is that you need to sort of isolate Ressus a little bit more. One thing that I see really, really good Mercy players do, and I didn't really see that much from you, is that they will Valk to rest someone, right? Like, legitimately. They'll pop Valk, and if their tank dies, they'll wait a second, pop Valk, go behind, wait a second too, and then rest the tank, and then boom. All of a sudden, there's a tank behind them, right? That's what a lot of Mercy players will do. But again, it's extremely situational, right? I can't really tell you when they failed to do so, but I guess the reason that they pop Valk is just for the survivability and to be able to stay alive and jiggling a little bit left and right. Kind of like PP Mercy, right? Chat, put a PP Mercy in the chat so she understands. I mean, she gets it. But put a PP Mercy in the chat so everyone gets it. But basically, you want a PP Mercy when you rest, right? I have trust issues. Understandable. No, but like, honestly, you're an expert player. You understand. You get it. But I would actually argue that you could do a little bit more aggression when you Valk, right? I would argue and say that. I think that you could probably pay off being a little bit more aggressive when you do your Valk. Try and isolate a rest. Your tank dies early. Fucking pop Valk and go for a rest and utilize it, you know? Completely fine. Alternating the healing and the damage, perfectly fine as well. I think you did really fucking well, like damage boosting to Dynamite, you know, damage boosting to High Noons, kind of paying more attention. You're kind of paying attention to where the enemy is at any given time. The Baptiste had a lot of flaws, but that's also what you pointed out as well. You feel like your other support characters don't really do as much as you do in Mercy. And we kind of isolated the issue. I feel like you played Baptiste kind of like the way you would play Mercy, but unfortunately that's not really how you should play him. It's more so you use your shift on Baptiste and you kind of want to play a run cover until your shift is off cooldown again, right? So for that sense and purposes, I feel like that's more than enough. So to summarize, I think it's okay to use Valk to rest a tank or a important DPS that's doing pretty well. I think that's completely fine. I think you need to be a little bit more sneaky beaky when it comes to the Ressus as well. The one thing that was lacking this game was Ressus in general. I understand why you feel like you can't go for Ressus all the time. But, you know, if I'm going to criticize you on anything, the Ressus need to do better, right? I don't think this game really showcases how I rest generally. Honestly, I kind of disagree. In a way, if you think about it, right? This game was a perfect example where we could have utilized rest more by utilizing Valk, right? Because you touch the point, you prompt the overtime, or well, you force the overtime, right? You do the DPS to try and stop the Mercy from resting. You do a lot of damage, you do a lot of damage boosting, you do a lot of healing during Valk, but the one thing that we aren't doing a lot is resting, right? So I kind of want to point that out, but did it make sense to you in a way, Getaway Star? Like, did it make sense to you in a way, like the way I'm kind of describing the feedback? Like, do you feel like it actually makes sense so you can utilize it? Is BAP stronger than Kiriko? No, no support is stronger than Kiriko. Kiriko is stronger than any other support in the game. Does it make sense to you in a way? It makes sense, thank you. Perfect.